Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Apple Watch Series 9 and see if these particular Apple Watches are still worth buying in 2024. Now, the thing I would definitely tell you about these particular Apple Watches is that they are completely worth buying. These are the newest of the newest that you can basically buy right now. So it's not like these things are going to be terrible or they're not going to be worth it. These are the latest and greatest, which is really nice. The only thing to kind of keep in mind with these particular Apple Watches though, is the fact that, they are kind of giving you a little bit of a different experience now than when they first came out, because there's, the blood oxygen, sensor isn't really enabled on these anymore. That's going to change very soon though, so it's not going to be like that forever. But that is kind of an annoying thing that's kind of going on with these particular Apple Watches. But beyond that, not the biggest deal in the world. If you do want to pick up this Apple Watch though, links will be down in the description. You can get that from there and you can help support the channel at the same time. Now, starting off with the outside of the Apple Watch Series 9, these particular Apple Watches, much like the other watches, do come out in two different sizes or multiple different sizes. You're either getting it in the 41 or 45 millimeter size. I misspoke there, 45 millimeter size. And I will definitely tell you from a lot of different ways, these are very, very good Apple Watches, right? The display is amazing. 2000 nits of brightness right onto the display in and of itself. And that's a very big deal. Like if I'm going through and getting any sort of, Apple Watch, I like the fact that these ones are giving us such great looking displays. And once again, this in and of itself is a very, very nice thing going on here. It's a big display too, so very little bezel around it. On the sides, you're getting those, the digital crown and the side button as well. So you can just go ahead and, use that scroll wheel and kind of scroll through things, and the side button as well. So those are some really, really big things to kind of keep in mind there too. And that's something actually I take a lot of, I love these Apple Watches from that, perspective, because they hold up so well from the buttons and everything you can kind of throw in there from that perspective. On top of that, on the back side, you're basically getting this wireless charging pad. So you can go through and just, kind of just throw this thing on a wireless charger and go on from there. And that's another really nice thing going on for these watches too, because you can just go through and use this watch as you normally would. And that's another really, really cool thing going on for these particular watches when it kind of comes down to it. Beyond that though, there's not really anything super crazy going on the outside we haven't already seen before. It's pretty much what you'd expect on really any other Apple Watch. The bands you can also replace and, kind of replace with any other Apple Watch band for its size. So if you get the bigger or smaller Apple Watch, you can kind of rearrange it per its size. And that's another really cool thing going on for these particular watches too. So on the exterior, big fans of it, and I definitely do like the way these particular watches hold up from that particular perspective. Internally, there's also a lot of different features and capabilities going on for these watches when it comes down to it too. So another big thing, one, you are getting 50-meter water resistance, it's swim proof, which is really nice. You're getting up to 18 hours of battery life with up to 36 hours of use in low power mode, which is actually very, very cool. And there's a lot of cool little built-in features inside of the Apple Watch Series 9, which is also very awesome. So you're getting an ECG app that's automatically built into your particular Apple Watch, so you can get high and low heart rate notifications. So if you're going through and using your watch, it's automatically, you can kind of set it as you normally would. That's another very cool thing. It'll also keep you reminded if you have irregular rhythm notifications, and if there's low cardio fitness, it'll go ahead and notify you of that. So the heart notifications of your Apple Watch are actually very, very cool. There's a temperature sensing as well, and cycle tracking, depending on, if you enable it or not. So those types of features are built in, which is very, very awesome. And you're also getting those cooler things too, which is like the double tap gesture for your, hands. If you go and enable those, you can just go and just double tap your index finger and your thumb together, and you can invoke certain things. You can invoke, answering a call, messaging, Siri, so many things across the board. And this in and of itself is another very, very cool thing going on for your particular Apple Watches. So beyond those things, those are kind of what you're getting on the exterior and the main features. With the S9 chip, it'll power basically anything else you throw at it too. Like there are endless amounts of things you can throw inside of an Apple Watch, which is amazing. You have all those types of features and capabilities and all those things across the board. So this kind of stuff is actually very nice because, it has a very fast, powerful chipset, which will allow you to enable and kind of mess around with really anything you really want to. So in my personal opinion, I am a massive fan of the Apple Watch Series 9. I think it's still completely worth buying for sure. It may not be a perfect Apple Watch, but I think it's a very, very good Apple Watch that I recommend a vast majority of people to go ahead and basically pick up. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.